Hello, and welcome to Gather. Welcome to our students, welcome to our faculty and administrators, and welcome to parents and visitors who are joining us online today. We gather each week as a community to grow in our spirituality and to be together as a group. We begin each gather with a brief poem or text. To get ourselves into a good frame of mind, please close your eyes, gently lower your heads, and get very quiet into the meditation posture or position. Let's all get very still and quiet so you can hear this reading. Rumi was an important Persian poet and Islamic scholar 800 years ago. Today's opening poem is attributed to Rumi. I heard from several of you how much you appreciated hearing it last week. It is a good text for encouragement, so I want to start our gather with this poem from Rumi today. Your body is away from me, but there is a window open from my heart to yours. Rumi was right. Our PBS hearts are always connected no matter what. And when I count to one, please open your eyes and give your attention to my talk. 3, 2, 1. As I said last week, it has been very hard for me to not see you every day. I miss all of you a lot, more than I can say. All of you students, faculty, staff, parents, and friends give off such a good vibe, such good energy. I always love how much energy and focus you give to your learning. It feels very strange to not watch you do that, like I usually do. Today's talk is part 2 on encouraging one another. Some thoughts on how we can encourage one another during challenging times. We need encouragement today more than ever, because it is very challenging to not be at school, even though I know you are working very hard in our online school from home. It is very challenging to not be with your classmates, to not be learning in the collaborative ways that we learn at PBS. Last week, I talked about getting very creative in this challenging and unusual time. There were 2 ways to look at that. Encourage each other to build confidence, and encourage each other to support. This week, I am going to focus on 2 other ways to look at encouragement. Encouragement first, as cheerleading, and encouragement second, as persuasion. I hope that I have captured your interest with cheerleading and persuasion. So sit up, pay close attention, and listen very carefully to what I have to say. First, encouragement as cheerleading. Some of you have older sisters and brothers in high school. I began my career not as the head of school at PBS, but rather as a high school teacher in New England. My students were in 9th grade and 11th grade. There were many times that I saw my teaching as a big act of encouragement, as cheerleading. Encouraging my students to become better writers. Encouraging my students to think deeply about difficult ideas and topics. Cheerleading, cheering my students on to dig into their academic work so that they would learn to solve complex problems. Cheerleading, cheering on my students to be open to new ways of thinking, to get better and better in their work, and to not be stuck in their old ways of thinking. After all, we teachers want you students to be better and better in all of your subjects. And I always needed to find new ways to push my students, new ways to challenge my students to go deeper, and to not just take that easy road. Doing this usually required me to use encouragement, and to encourage my students like a cheerleader. For example, I would spend a lot of time correcting my students' papers, their written work. This traditional approach was to point out what was wrong in their writing, to correct mistakes, to show students where things are not working. I would spend hours and hours and hours correcting their papers. When I returned their papers, I noticed that my students often went right past all of my work. They would not look at the grade. They would just put their paper in their backpacks. They just went all by the marks I made. They would not look carefully at what I said. They did not reflect on what I had written about what was wrong in their writing. My friends, I actually have empathy for that. After all, who wants to spend time looking over and over at what's wrong? So I decided to try something different. On their next writing assignment, I circled and made notes in their writing about what was going right in their work, what they got right, what they had actually done beautifully. So on their papers, I would write things like this: "That's excellent. Do it like that again. Great improvement in your sentence structure. Keep doing it like that. Wonderful. That is a beautiful paragraph. Write every paragraph just like you did that one." Now, at first, my students were stunned. They said, "Look, Dr. Erickson, tell us what's wrong in our paper so we can fix it." I said, "Keep doing what's right, but I expect you to do it better and better and better." You and your families are at home together a lot right now. Things right now are challenging. Daily routines have changed. You're not able to come to school like we used to. So I'd like our community to encourage each other like this. Here's an example. "That was the best dinner ever. Keep doing it like that." Or to say something like this: "That was an awesome way to talk to your sister. Keep doing what's right." Or this one: "You just did something so well. Now do it like that again, but keep getting better and better and better." This is encouragement as cheerleading. It is a focus on doing the right things better and better, getting better and better at doing good math work, better and better at vocabulary and spelling, better and better at reading and writing, better and better at all of your specialist subjects. I want to be clear. I still corrected student papers and pointed out what needed to be fixed, what was wrong. But the change was this. The change is that I did both. Sometimes pointing out what needs to be fixed, which is good, but other times thinking about pointing out the right things that should be repeated over and over. This, I think, is a good mindset when things are hard and unusual. Encouragement as cheerleading to be better and better at what you're doing. That's right. Second, encouragement as persuasion. This is how it works. I want to encourage you to do something, meaning I want to persuade you to do something, or to motivate you to do something, or to give you a nudge to do something, to give you a gentle push to do something. I want to speak directly to my PBS students. I am encouraging you, I am persuading you to do some important jobs. These jobs are important while we're doing school online at home. They will help your parents and your teachers a lot. Job number 1, I want to persuade you to show up for online school ready to learn every single day. I know it feels difficult. I know it feels different and perhaps hard. But think of it like this. Just as you get ready and show up to the PBS campus ready to learn, I am persuading you to help your parents and teachers by being in charge of showing up to online school ready to learn every day. Job number 2, I want to persuade you to get a good night's sleep. A good night's sleep so that you will be totally awake and totally alert to every minute of the school day. Job number 3, I want to persuade you to have a good breakfast before online school starts. I encourage this because it gives you the energy that you need to learn. And job number 4, I want to encourage you to brush your teeth, to get dressed in some school clothes, and to be ready to pay attention when online school starts. This will give you a good frame of mind, a good mindset to be ready to learn and to show up ready to learn at online school. My friends, online school is not school in pajamas. It is school showing up for schoolwork. My friends, I want you to know, I did all 4 of these jobs today so that I could get up and record this Gather Talk for you. I even shaved. These are called routines. They are personal routines to prepare you for your school routines. Personal routines as the foundation for school routines. And I want you students to be in charge of it so that your parents and teachers don't need to remind you. Wouldn't it be great to hear your teachers and parents do some cheerleading? Like this. You showed up for online school and you were fully engaged all day. Well done. Do it like that again tomorrow and keep doing it better and better. Or this one. You got a great night's sleep. You are alert. Do it like that again tomorrow. Well done. You ate a great breakfast. Do it like that again at lunch and dinner so that you have the energy to learn. Or this one. You brushed your teeth. You got dressed in some school clothes and you were totally ready to pay attention when online school started. Do it like that again tomorrow. You did such a great job focusing on your schoolwork today. Do it like that again tomorrow and keep doing it better and better. Do you see how wonderful it is to do these jobs? My friends, we are all in this together. We need to encourage each other in these challenging times. Encourage each other to build confidence. Encourage each other to support. Encourage each other by cheerleading on what's going right. And encourage each other with persuasion to do these 4 jobs. Thank you for being creative and resourceful and encouraging as we walk this journey together. Each week at Gather, we spend some time thinking about the theme of the day. Some families practice meditation. Others call it prayer. Other families use time daily to gather up positive energy and good energy to send that energy into the world. So now close your eyes, gently lower your heads, and get very quiet. Become as still as you can in this meditation posture, this meditation position. As we do each week, we focus on gentle breathing. We notice our breathing so that everything else around us gets still so that we can focus. Spend these next 10 seconds getting very quiet and focus on your breathing. And now, as you are focused very quietly, create a picture in your mind about one way that you will encourage someone today. Someone that you will encourage today as a cheerleader, a parent, a sibling, a friend whom you're talking to. Think about what good things you can do and say to encourage your family members and friends as a cheerleader. Create that picture in your mind. And now think about these things. If you know someone who is in pain, send your thoughts of comfort. If you know someone who is sad, send love. If you know someone who is angry, send peace. And to all of our leaders everywhere, especially during these difficult times, pray that all of these leaders will have good judgment and will make decisions for peace. And when I count to 1, please open your eyes and pay attention again. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for listening to my Gather talk about encouragement. And today, before we finish Gather, I have a few announcements that I'd like to share with you. My first announcement is that I want to remind my wonderful PBS students about their 4 jobs. The 4 jobs that I am persuading and encouraging and needing you to do. Job number 1, show up for online school ready to learn every day. Job number 2, get a good night's sleep every night. Job number 3, have a good breakfast before online learning starts every morning. And job number 4, brush your teeth, get dressed in some school clothes, and when you get to online school, be ready to pay attention when that school starts every single day. Thank you so much, students, for doing that. My second announcement is that next week, I am offering office hours. Office hours with me as your head of school. It's time that we can spend together. You need to sign up, and there is a cap on attendance so that we can make the most of our time together. You can drop in and stay as long as you want for that time, and there are 6 times for students and 6 times for parents next week. I want to persuade and encourage you to join. Full attendance would mean that we could be together with 120 students over those 6 times and 90 total parents over those 3 times. I really look forward to seeing all of you and to asking you and hearing from you just how you're experiencing our online school. My third announcement is really to our parents. We have been focused tirelessly and rigorously on improving our distance learning program. Our goal is to eventually get to a point where we can be as close as possible to a normal school day, but online. We're not there yet. But we're on a very good path, and we are constantly working on that. I want you to know that we are constantly working on that and committed to that. We are proud of the work that our faculty has done in these last several weeks. I hope that we can offer some words of encouragement to our faculty. Today, in weekly notes, I am sharing a framework for a cohesive distance learning model that will, I think, amplify predictability, these learning routines that are important to our students, and consistent support across the school. So please take a look and reflect on it. And then finally, to everybody in closing, all of you, every single one listening, all of you have been on my mind a lot. You are all in my thoughts. Thank you for your trust, flexibility, and patience. And thank you for sending encouragement to build confidence and support. Thank you for doing encouragement by cheerleading and for doing encouragement by doing these jobs really well. I am really grateful that all of you joined our virtual gather today, and I wish you good health and all the best. Goodbye for now.